Today it's leg day. And for me, leg day is all about putting in the reps, not necessarily going real heavy, real hard. That's why I'm training in the morning as well, to get some privacy. Just me in the gym. I think it's about almost 5 a.m. now, probably 4:30 or something. I like to start off with, at least these sessions start off with warm up, increasing tempo on the treadmill. I go into stretching out to get the body ready for the movement. All right. So what I clearly prioritize to start off with is stretching the insides of my thighs, because I want that movement to be as painless as possible and to take as many reps as I can. So I need to open up the hips. So this is not something I do to be more flexible. If that was my priority, it would take a lot more time than this. This is just to get warm. And especially now in the morning, I just woke up, getting that little bit more range of motion and flexibility in the exercise is just super important. So a little warm up first, increasing tempo on the treadmill, and then stretching. For me, my hips are so stiff. I used to play a lot of football in my younger years, and I never did any stretching, so I'm quite stiff in the whole hip area, the hamstring area. So for me to even do like a squat, I need to stretch and open up the hips as much as I can. So you see, these stretching exercises is mostly centered around the hips. I think that is it's important for people to, know that in order to train legs, you don't have to go very hard. Just be consistent and push yourself with your body weight. I think a lot of people get injured, especially when you get into older days, like 30s, 40s, 50s, and start lifting or continue lifting too heavy. You get back injuries and hamstring injuries. And it really sets you back, not only during training and in training exercise, but also in life general. If you get a lot of injuries in these years, it's not good at all. So prioritizing more body movements is a good idea. I'm just leaving the ego at the door. Okay, now so I don't have the timer. I usually do like 1 minute in between on these ones. Next time I film, I probably will take the timer with me. So just start off with squats. Squats, bodyweight squats. And I try to get as low as I can. And push myself probably like 80-90% of what I can, at least to start off with. Alrighty, no rush. Oh, 60. Even though it's just body weight, it gets pretty heavy quite fast. It's really good training. Especially if you want to offload your lower back. Body squats, body weight squats is perfect. So I usually take about 1 minute in between. I don't have a timer right now, but I have a feel for it. 1 minute break. And then I go again. Oh, that's 50. Hey. As you do these more often, you'll increase the numbers. You also need to push yourself. Not go through just the comfort zone every time, the same number. If you can fit like a set like this 1 or 2 times a week, you should be able to progress pretty good. Okay, ready for set number 3. That's 40. This is starting to get real heavy. So 1 more set on this one. And we're gonna go doing lunges. Now I know from experience that I can push myself even more. And that should always be in the back of your mind, because your brain will always try to find reasons why you should stop. Don't trust it. Don't negotiate. If you set yourself for a number, that's the minimum you're gonna take. So now I did 40 on the last one. I'm gonna do 40 again. I might even push for 45. We'll see. So, but your brain will start to negotiate. Probably after 20, I know. After 20, your brain starts thinking and saying to you, you don't need to do more. 20 is good, maybe do 25. It's the same that happens when you should wake up in the morning. The alarm clock rings and your brain immediately starts negotiating. So, and that is a habit and discipline, not to listen to it. You know it comes, but do not listen to it. So, let's do the 4th one, minimum of 40 repetition. This is gonna be a hard one. Now I feel it real good. This is all mental from now on, not the physical. 35. This is 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. At the end of the 4th set, you should really feel it. That's the purpose. If you're not feeling it, you're taking it too lightly. Have a little breather. Catch yourself. That's what I always do in between exercises. Catch your breathing, get back in the flow and get ready to push everything you have on the next one. Cannot state the importance of pushing yourself enough. A lot of people leave a lot of effort in the tank. It's just wasted. When you are in the gym, you should give it all. Especially if you're like busy and having a busy life, you have family, you have work, everything. When you get to a gym, you should give it all. You don't have time to waste. So if you leave the gym and you haven't you put in everything in the effort, that should make you feel real bad. And the next time you think, I'm gonna push that extra, and then you start negotiating again. So just be aware of the negotiation your brain always tries to put you on. If you know that, you can push through it. It's like you have to be aware of it. We're humans, we're creatures of habit, we're creatures of comfort. Even though we've lived a lot of our existence in not comfort, we always seek comfort. I guess comfort is good to a certain point of view, but in today's society, it's just way too much comfort. Comfort in exercise, in movement, in food, in everything. We get everything delivered to us and delivered on a platter, so we don't have to do that extra effort. Especially when you get a challenging lifestyle, where you're busy and got a lot of responsibilities, it's so easy to let go of yourself, let go of everything, like physical, pushing yourself. I think it's such an important part of being a human. And like for me, personally, it's so important for me to be healthy, strong, and well into my later years. So I'm 43 now, and I want to push it through my 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, push the limits. Like the quality of life in your later years will be dramatically better. I see all kinds of old people like on these wheels and stuff, like they're not used to movement. Now, maybe something has happened to them, unfortunate that might be, but just overall you see a lot of old people that don't function physically and probably not mentally as well, because you get affected by it. That's not going to be me. Now, maybe unfortunate circumstances will happen. You never know that, but at least I can do whatever I can to be in good condition when I get my older years. And 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, all these years. And it starts right here. Pushing yourself, running, lifting weights, like moving your body and pushing your limits, getting out of the comfort zone. Now let's go for exercise number 2. I'll be doing lunges. Now I usually do these with weights. You can also do these just body work exercises, but I'll put on some weights for this one. I've actually ordered, I think on Amazon, a screen that I can put on my iPhone so I can see exactly what I'm filming. Because right now I'm just like, I think that I hit the spot. I don't really know until I see the taping back. We'll see. This is my first video, so bear with me. Okay, let's do this. Same applies for this one. Just push yourself, 80-90%. We'll do 4 sets. On the last one, we'll push to the max. All right. Get down almost entirely to the floor. Don't rush it. Focus on technique, control. 10. It feels easy. Don't worry, you'll feel it. Just continue. $26 for this one. Oh, yeah. 1 minute in between. On this one as well. Now you can do whatever you want between the sets and the repetitions, but I always stay clear of the phone. At least like social media or whatever. I see all these people in the gym everywhere. Immediately when you have a break, they're like, fuck that shit. Like focus on yourself, focus on pushing yourself. If you have like a diary or something, or on the phone actually, just I put in my exercises and the reps and everything on the phone, that's fine. But stay clear of these apps in between the sets. It's just unnecessary noise. When we're in the gym, we're in the gym. We're there to train, not to go through the phone. Okay, next one. Oh, that's 22. Should really feel this one. Make sure you don't go too heavy on this, because there's a little bit, you can feel it on your knees, especially if you're like not used to training, or if you have knees problem. There are other exercises you can do to alleviate from the knees. I like this one, it works well for me. But you can also do like lunges backwards, so it's a little bit easier on the knees. You should feel these in your thighs, especially in your glutes. That's why I like to do like squats first and then lunges. So I feel like I cover all the like main bases of training your legs. Of course, you see videos all over the web or online about doing squats on the rack with barbell, or now with a barbell. Just go easy with that if you have like limited mobility in your hips and hamstrings. Like I've done a lot of squats early days and I got a lot of problems in my lower back because of it. I didn't have the proper technique or mobility. And if you push yourself when you're in that vulnerable state, you get back injuries. And those can set you like back for years, even the rest of your life. So I go real easy on these. Leave the max heavy lifts for the teens and 20-year-olds. Let's go again. Oh, now I'm really getting close to 100% now. And that is very usual on the third or fourth set. You have less in your tank, less to give. It's so important to push yourself in these sets. When most people quit, when most people leave it on the table, that's when you push it. That extra couple of reps, you'll feel them, yeah, but you also feel the growth, and that is important. And we feel sore for a couple of days after this one, at least I do. But it's kind of that soreness that feels good, if you know what I mean. When you're getting bad, you put on the covers and you feel like your muscles in your legs are just gone. They're just hurting. I like that feeling. Now, maybe not everybody does that, but I just can feel that I've pushed myself and I've trained good. I haven't wasted time. And for me, at least, and for you too, growth always should be a focus. Like, you're not just going to the gym to hang around or getting the day to pass by or feel good for showing up. You're here, I'm here to push myself every single time. That should always be the goal. Don't waste time. And then you set the bar for yourself, you set the bar for others that watch you and your kids see. what you should do when you train and even going to the train. I think a lot of people have just like they go to the gym and that's enough. They feel good. They just stepped up. They just went to the gym. Like, in of that self, it's not that bad when you're busy and you have a lot of stuff on your mind and or lots of responsibilities and work and everything. Going to the gym is a good thing. It can keep a lot of people away. But once you're in the gym, make sure it matters. Make sure you push everything. Now, let's go for the last one. Let's see. Let's try to make 20 on this one as well. Oh, so I did 22. There you see the power of pushing yourself. I could even, I think, maybe do 24. Note that for next time. But even though I decided I want to go for 20, that was a push in and of itself. And I decided to go for 2 more. There's always more in the tank. The limitations are in here. I'm not a fan of filming in the gym. I don't really like prying eyes and attention. So that's why I do this in the morning when there's nobody here. I'll see how long that lasts. So now already sore from the last 2 exercises. So this is not about pushing for max in terms of weight. A lot of people like get big egos to put on the weight. Especially I see the young kids, like way too much weight than they probably can handle under proper form. So I usually try to go a bit down and push that extra rep instead of going way too heavy. Especially now that I've done these 2 other exercises. Try to get good support in your back, get more forward than going back. And start pushing. Let's see how with this. Probably do like 10 or 12 reps. At least that's my ambition. We'll see. Slow descent. Controlled. Oh. Yeah. So as you probably saw there, the 2, maybe 3 last reps weren't that good. But on this exercise, let me get this camera straight. On this exercise, the most important is not actually the motion going to full. If you're going just halfway, it's okay. The last 2-3 reps can be like that. It's important to push what you have. That's the most important thing. And I usually go like the descent should be like controlled. At least that's what I like to do. Now I usually do these actually in supersets with hamstring, but for filming purposes, I'll just film it right this way. So I'll do probably like 3 sets on this one. 1 to 2 minute break in between. So when you're done with this one, you should really feel it in your thighs on the front. Let's do the second one. Now don't be afraid to go down a couple of kilos if you feel that you're not able to reach at least 8 reps. So barely above 8. So I'm going to drop 5 kilos now for the next one. I actually forgot to bring water this time, and that is super important. Always bring water to your training. Rehydration is so important, especially if you're doing these exercises and workout in the morning. Your body is already depleted. Getting in that water is super important. So the first thing I'll be doing now when I'm done with the training is get back home and drink a lot of water. And also, if you had like coffee first thing in the morning, that also is gonna dehydrate you. So I'm already feeling my mouth is like very dry. So, but it is what it is, you know. You make do with what you have. Just make sure to hydrate rest of the day. It's really something else to be alone in the gym. I don't know, it totally depends on how close your gym are and if you have like night open and 24/7. This is 24/7 gym and it's like, I love it because I get to be alone in my workout. My everyday life is so busy with 5 kids and family and work and everything. So there's a lot of noise, a lot of stuff happening, a lot of things that I have to take care of and have responsibility for and talk and plan and all this through the day. Getting like this private time for myself, totally quiet in the morning is super valuable. That's why I usually don't even do music, or I might listen to some podcasts, I might listen to some courses or lesson or something I'm curious about. But I usually don't do music in the morning, like heavy stuff or anything. Just have that piece of quiet. Waking up, brushing teeth, having a coffee in peace, focus. I think a lot of people just don't have a lot of like focus time, where you don't have anything you look at or listen to. That's when your thoughts start to drift. That's when your ambition starts to create. That's where, yeah, your brain starts to create and think about things and solutions and stuff. Today's society, I don't think people usually have that kind of time. We're filling every void with something, from our phones, from our people, from everything. So I think it's, at least for me, it's nice to have that privacy and that alone time and that quietness. A lot of people say they don't train, they cannot train in quiet. I think, why not? Like, that is just a mental block you have. And that is something that can be worked on. You can train during any conditions. You don't need music or anything on your ears to train. You just need your mind. Let's push it. That's the last one on these. Now I usually write all the exercises and the reps down. That is a good habit. Not only to look back on, but also like to have something to do between the sets and to compare with on exercises. Now I usually do that on the phone, but now I'm recording, so I won't be doing that. So I gotta find a solution for that. We just bring a piece of paper and a pen and write it down. Usually also, especially if you're in the beginning of training, you forget what you did last time, and then you don't know what weight to put on. Like, I always like to focus on growth in the gym and everywhere else. So if I've trained like one day and maybe a next day, I always try to put on some more weight, do some more reps, push, push, push. Like if you're running, always try to push extra, a little bit faster, a little bit longer. So you're always trying to grow, you're always trying to evolve and push yourself. That's where the growth comes from. And to be honest, I think like humans are just made to grow. That's our purpose. Now in all kinds of fields, in relationships, in training, in work, ambitions, everything, if we're stagnant, we get depressed, we get miserable. So that's why training is so important for me as well. Just pushing, pushing, pushing. It really helps with the mental side of it. So let's do this for our hamstrings. This one right here. Now, I think I'm about there. Let's see how many I can do. Oh, that's 14. I think actually I could go 5 kilos more up on this one. I think actually I did last time. But I mean, 14 is good. So there's no reason for me to go up now because I know the next one will be harder. So I'll probably be around 12, 11 to 12 on the next one. So we'll do 3 sets on this one. I'll do some on the, what's it called? Calves. Calves in the end. And then we're done. This workout should be probably based on how many breaks you have and how fast you're doing exercise. It's probably about 40 to 50, 55 minutes, I think. Should cover all this. So if you're busy, you have a little time, just push it, reduce the breaks. I mean, if you're doing a lot of body work exercises, the breaks, you can reduce them quite drastically. It's for the bigger lifts that you need long breaks to recover. But if you like doing squats and lunges and stuff without any extra load or any extra weight, you can just push. Being efficient in the gym is super important. I don't like to spend time talking to people or being on the phone and writing messages and calling and all that. People doing all kinds of stuff in the gym. Like, so they say, I spent 2 hours in the gym, but like 60-70% of that time was just wasted. People are talking and laughing and man, when I'm going to the gym, I'm doing gym. That's it. In the breaks, I'm focusing on my lifts, I'm focusing on technique, I'm focusing on maybe other stuff in my life, to be honest. It's thought time, it's mindset time. And when I'm doing the exercises, that's all I'm going for. So let's do our second set on this one. Let's go for 12. I need to walk around for a bit. So I usually like to do like 3 different strength trainings in a week. I have 1 pull day, which is like back and biceps and yeah. And then a push day where I usually do like chest and triceps and shoulders. And then I have a leg workout. So if I try to do if I get 4 exercises, 4 training routines in a week, I'm happy. I want to do 5. So, but busy life and also do what you can, but always try to push for that extra. Find time for that extra workout. And like a big key that usually people don't prioritize is getting up early, you know. I have 2 kids under 2 years old. I have 5 kids in total. But still, I find time to wake up at 4 and do the training, getting the coffee and everything. It's so important to me because I see that the rest of the day I'm just busy. And if I don't find time for training, it don't happen. And usually that is why a lot of, especially parents, they don't train because they're telling themselves they don't have time for it. I don't have time to train. It's just too busy. But you always have time. You can always find time. You can get up early. You can train in the late evening. You just don't want to. That's the truth. You don't have the energy for it because it's busy. It's demanding to have small kids, for sure. especially now, like during this time I'm now in the gym, probably my wife is like handling the 6-month-old, waking up and giving the super fire or whatever it's called. So when I get back now from training, I'm probably going back and help with the kid and maybe getting a shower and stuff and get ready to deliver the 2-year-old, so 1.5-year-old to the kindergarten and then go to work. So then I feel good for the rest of my day. I've done the exercise, I've done the filming, and just make sure to hydrate and eat good. I'm actually now on like a eating diet, I'll call it that, where I don't even eat breakfast, I don't eat lunch. I just want 2 meals a day. That is dinner and that is evening supper. Because I want to reduce the amount of calories I get in during a day. In the evening, I eat a lot. And in dinner, I eat a lot. So what ends up happening is I just eat too much. So that's not a problem that everybody has, but I want to keep myself within that window where I get in a lot of proteins, but not too much calories. To stay lean. So that is a tool to use. I guess it's what's called fasting, but not entirely. I'm just like cutting out some meals, at least for this period of time. Oh, yeah, that's it. Oh, oh. Oh, we actually passed the hour mark now. So I think I'll just do like 1 set, maybe 2 sets on these calf exercises. I usually don't train for more than an hour, maybe 5 minutes over, but with filming and everything now, it's probably taking a bit more time. Let me see. I usually do these. We can do machines as well, but I like these ones. It's just real easy. You can do it everywhere. You just need something that's elevated. Get all down low and up. Try to keep it in both positions. This is easily an exercise you could overload with weight without having to worry about injuries. So for ease of showing you guys an ease of exercise, I'll just show these without weights. Right now I've lost count, to be honest, so I'm just pushing myself. Now I'm feeling it. And then I know that I can do at least 10 more. Make sure you push all the way up. One more. I usually do like at least 3 sets on this, but 2 sets is good now. Oh, all right, that's it. Good workout. Oh. I want to thank you guys if you have followed me this far. I'll be filming these exercises that I do. I like do them every week. So I thought, why not just film it for people? Maybe a lot of people will be interested in it. Getting help with pushing themselves and figure out what kind of exercises they should train or do. The fact is that you don't have to do it like advanced. People think that if you're training, you have to know all these exercises, you have to put on a lot of weight to be efficient. It's just not true. But on some exercises, I really do. So the next time I'll be filming, I'll be doing the back and biceps exercises. So I'll see you guys in that one as well. And please just follow and subscribe if you like this. It'll really help me and my account as well. You know, growth in everything, growth in account, growth in channel as well. So let's look forward to the next one I'll film. Probably do that in the morning as well, because this was just amazing, just peaceful and quiet. And I think like back and biceps exercises, those days are probably my favorite. I really like doing pull-ups and training the arms. So, and I'll go with you through that as well. And so make sure to watch the next video I put out. It'll be amazing. And leave a comment if there's something you're wondering about. If you have any question or anything, just let me know in the comments below. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys later.